Ladies and gentlemen, let me be very, very clear. If the Democratic Party becomes the likes of Zohran Mamdani, who, by the way, I like, I'm not trying to throw any shade on him or anything like that, but if the Democratic Party becomes him, you have no chance. You have no chance on a national basis in terms of the presidency. In Senate seats in the House, you have no chance. You have no chance. I want to be very, very clear about that. You might have a Democratic socialist sprinkled here and there, but that ain't what America is. America's about capitalism. America's about dollars and cents. America's about an economy, a flourishing economy. Okay? And you know what it's not about? Free stuff. Somebody got to say it, so I'm going to say it. Somebody got to say it, so I'm going to say it.
We have to continue to elect more socialists, and we have to ensure that we are unapologetic about our socialism. There are also other issues that we firmly believe in, whether it's BDS, right, or whether it's the end goal of ceasing the means of production, where we do not have the same level of support at this very moment. And what I want to say is that it is critical that in the way that we organize, in the way that we set up our work and our priorities, that we do not leave any one issue for the other, that we do not meet a moment and only look at what people are ready for, but that we are doing both of these things in tandem, because it is critical for us to both meet people where they're at and to also organize for what is correct and for what is right, and to ensure that over time we can bring people to that issue. The ramifications of victory here is the difference between life and death for so many of our brothers, sisters, and family beyond the binary across this borough of Queens. It's the difference between having cash bail anymore or not. It's the difference between having sex work be decriminalized and not. And with every battle that we fight as socialists, we need to remember what the stakes are.
He talked about seizing the means of production. That means theft. If you look at Stalin, Pol Pot, the guy with the funny mustache, and others, Mao, millions of actual deaths, okay? That's what this individual, Mamdani, that's the philosophy he espouses, okay? Theft and death. So call it like he said, he wants to be unapologetic about socialism. Yeah, well, we need to be unapologetic about telling the true story of it. And he can smile and flash all of those damn teeth, but this motherfucker is evil. And New York, okay, I got a lot of problems with the people in New York. Insane. Okay, if it's too expensive, get up and move out. All right. Yeah, it is expensive. It's one of the reasons I don't live there. But socialism is not only going to hurt your pockets. Where else has it worked? Even China says we need a hybrid capitalist system in order to feed 1 billion people. But you're going to bring socialism to New York City. So it's pure evil.
The wealthy people who voted for him, they are the ones who can afford to leave when the shit goes downhill, right? So they don't care. It's part. I mean, we talk about Marxism on here a lot. I'm beginning to believe, or seeing it more clearly, the wealthy people want to implement and put in these plans, these Marxist plans, then they get to escape from the consequences of it. And then they leave the people who maybe can't leave, they leave them there to suffer in the shit, in the mire that they have helped to put on the map, so to speak. I don't understand how, I do understand how he got elected or primary, but what's interesting is that this is the Democratic Party.
That even when a Marxist maybe is coming from a good intention, they're still pushing an evil ideology.
Yes.
And this guy, he needs to be thrown out of the country. He needs to just like what happened to when it was the Cold War, and anyone who was a Marxist would not be allowed to be in America. Now they're completely proliferating here. And so if someone is saying that they're a Nazi and running for office, everyone's going to say, oh, no, that can't be happening. But someone is saying that he's a communist. Oh, okay, that's great. What is going on?
Yeah. Across our country, this is the highlight, if you will, of the two worldviews for our country. That's the big battle in our country right now. We see it in all aspects of government, in churches, in communities. We see it. This is the worldview. This is a mindset, a cultural worldview battle of, are we going to have an America based on the Constitution, capitalism, if you will? Of course, capitalism has its own problems, but nowhere near like communism and socialism. And capitalism around the world is the only system that has elevated people out of poverty.
I'm not raising taxes on people at a time when affordability is the big issue. I'm actually cutting middle class taxes. Even on the wealthy. I don't want to lose any more people to go to Palm Beach. We've lost enough.
How are you going to raise taxes if you can't get Democrats to support it?
So I think what we've shown over the last 8 months is our ability to take that which is considered a non-starter and make it seem inevitable. We've shown that with this campaign, and ultimately we're seeing that our vision to tax the top 1% of New Yorkers, these are New Yorkers who make $1 million a year or more, and our proposal is to just tax them by 2% additional, is something that has broad support and will continue to increase that support over the next few months and years.
So you think you're going to be able to twist Governor Hochul's arm and get her to support raising taxes? I mean, what about the fact that she says she's concerned New Yorkers might leave? They might go to Florida.
I think it's time for a leadership that doesn't twist arms, but rather builds partnership. And I'm looking forward to having that with the governor, because ultimately my policies, my vision, it's driven by an assessment of what's actually happening. The Fiscal Policy Institute found that the top 1% of New Yorkers leave at 1/4 the rate of other income groups. And when they do leave, it's actually to other states considered high tax, New Jersey, California. So it's not fiscal policy, it's quality of life. And ultimately, the reason I want to increase these taxes on the top 1%, the most profitable corporations, is to increase quality of life for everyone, including those who are going to be taxed.
Wow. Nicole, how is this even likable by anyone? Why would anyone think this is something good?
Well, most people don't. But most people don't vote in mayoral elections. Let's just do that. You see people who won't agree to endorse him or say, hey, he's a great guy, because they have districts that have Jews in it. They have districts that have Black people in it. So, you know, people who have lived through some things hear actually what he's saying. And he's not fit to serve. He really isn't. This man is personified evil. Make no mistake. He brings hell, death, and destruction with him, and he's selling it to you as, you don't have to work. We'll take care of you. You don't have to worry about food. We'll issue you food. We'll issue you happiness. We'll issue you everything. Well, where the hell do you think he's going to get it from? Where do you think? Because if you're someone who runs $1 billion business and you happen to have a home in New York, and New York City is one of your haunts, you're going to pick it up and do what everybody else has been doing. You're going to pack it up and take it to Florida. So much so that Byron Donalds came out over the weekend and said, listen, New Yorkers who are coming to Florida, let me tell you, don't bring that bullshit down here. We ain't doing that here. We're not doing any of that socialist, communist, Marxist bullshit here. You can come and enjoy the sunshine and bring your checkbook with you, but leave your politics in New York City. We're not doing that here.